Today I'm going to try and get the HVAC working. No power. And I opened the panel and found this wire, which I suspect going into this conduit here, which runs all the way up at the back. It's somewhat at the back. It looks like that one. No, that one's at the back. My one I'm looking for is this pipe at the front left that comes across here and that goes up into the roof where the attic is, where the HVAC is. There's no attic. So this aligns with the pipe right above it there. And I've got one next to it here. So that's that one that angles upwards. And then my one is going to go to the back because there's no other gap here, no other conduit here, so which is directly under there. So using my powers of discernment, I can discern that that pipe is going to the back here. This one here, which is empty, is most likely going to be the one at the back that runs around and across there and then out here. So if I look outside, I'll see nothing. And there's a hole filled in there, so that's nothing, and that's why that's empty. And HVAC is 30 to 40 amps. This wire's been labelled neutral, therefore I can see the wires coming down here and then up and across into there. Question is, why is there no power if the breaker is on? So I'm going to test the breaker. For my first examination, I will check what colour the voltage is. The voltage is red. If there's power, enough power coming through here, then there's another reason why there's no power to HVAC. Alright, got the cover off, and now I'm going to test between them and hopefully get 240. I get 245. Isn't that lovely? So why is there no power? Where's the neutral? Is it connected? It's connected down here. We'll just test that. Should get 110 across each. And pop that on there. There. So I've got this full. Like this. I got 120. 121. Okay, 120, 120. Roughly. So that wire has power. Question is, why doesn't the HVAC turn on? Might have to go on the roof. So I took the thermostat down and it doesn't have batteries. So I was going to try and get on the roof, but normally thermostats work even though the AC doesn't work because they have batteries. So that's what made me take it down and check, because the screen was off, and maybe that's why it's not working. So I'm going to get batteries for that first, test that, see what happens. Brand new set of batteries. I'll put them in and see what happens. Okay, it's on, set to F. It's not programmable, so I don't know what F is. Fog. No, joking. FC. F is Fahrenheit. Yep, we don't want Celsius, centigrade. Enter. Mode. No. Fan. 2000. Set to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just going to do 1 because I don't know what that is. There's no instructions. So, 2010. This might be the time, but it says it's not programmable, so I don't really know what this is. Heat. Cool. Set to 76. Indoors. 79. Waiting for equipment. Waiting for equipment. Waiting for equipment. Waiting for equipment. Okay, I'll stop. Still waiting. Fan. Auto. On. Auto. Mode. Cool. Still waiting for equipment. I guess I'm gonna have to get my ladder and go on the roof. Or do a manual reset. See if that does anything. 1, 2. Nothing. I have to be on the roof. Okay, I'm on the roof. And I'm going to check the HVAC. Or it should be turned off or something, I don't know. It's on. Maybe he didn't go down. Yeah, that's it. It's labelled the two black ones. They didn't label the neutral. Also hot. So I don't know. It's on. Off. It doesn't really look different when it's on and off. Let's see. On. Okay, connects at the back or something. Let's just check. Oh, so that's the incoming. It's on. Switch off. Incoming. Interesting. Something happening with my tester? Or is this broken? Oh, now it's off. There we go. Off, 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 on. Alright. Turn on. Control access. The fan's moving. That's not from the wind, is it? Wish there was an indicator light on these. See if it's on or what. fan's just moving, not actually spinning. So, I have to get my tester up here. Down we go. So the thermostat says that the cool is on. Well, it's not waiting for the machine anymore, but there's nothing coming out the vents. Right, so hopefully I got the right size bit on. Yes. Gotta keep these seals good. Don't want water to get in. Especially here. Some more range, so I need to do that one as well. Right, let's see, just come off. Excellent. So the wires coming in are up here. Test those, and I'll test across here. So indicator light on here? Yes. Well, that means something. It's flashing red. I just have to diagnose that. That's the most dangerous part here. Anyway, that's why we touch it. Anyway, test. It's a good thing I have an HVAC brother. I'll call him about that indicator light once I get readings. Alright. Question. I'm going to test voltage across 240, 120, 240. Those are the two hots. That's 120. One of those is the neutral. That's the neutral. Now the question is that right? So that's the neutral, and I'll same with the black. And the white one might need to be neutral. I might just have to switch these around here. But I'm not so familiar with this, because that's L1, L2, L3. I don't know if it's supposed to be neutral or hots. So, call my brother. It says here, not much. Pretty sure those two at the back are the hots. The reason why it's not working is because the orange is with the hot. So these two need to be switched around. So the HVAC guy put the wrong wires together. I'm going to do that first because that's clearly obvious to me. I can see behind there's a black and a red, these two up here, going down behind the black and the red here. So that orange one, I'm going to switch it around. First I'll turn the power off. Make sure it's nice and down. And I need an Allen key. Flathead won't do it. Down I go again. Alright, I got the Allen key, and before I make any changes, so just check the power's off, even though I've turned it off. Voltage is green. Yes, okay, so I just want to explain this. How I determined that which wires these are without going back and tracing them and doing all that work. So when you've got 3 wires for HVAC, and there's 240 volts, as we know from the breaker, it's a double pole breaker, 40 amps. That means there's 2 hot wires. One wire is 120 volt, and the other wire is 120 volt. So when you connect between both of those wires, you should get a reading of 240 volts. If you get a reading, if you're testing between 2 wires, and you get a reading of 120 volts, then you're testing between one phase, one line, and a neutral. So one of those wires is going to be the neutral wire. Well, now I can't do this now and show you because I've got the power off. But as I determined before, when I tested across these two, I got 240. So 120 plus 120 being both hot wires tells me these two are hot. That one is going to be neutral when I test between those two, and both of those show me 120 each. So that means this one is the neutral. That one is with this black wire, needs to be moved over to this orange wire. Hope that was clear enough. This doesn't fit, so I'll try the smaller one, which fits just about. That wasn't very tight. That was easy to turn. Let's check this one. It's more of a... Oh, it looks like it's been shredded a bit. Not that it's built this way. But that one's a bit harder to turn. See how the inside of that's been de-threaded or damaged? You know, it's not supposed to look jagged like that. It's supposed to look nice and smooth like up there. See how the nice lines, even edges. It's thousands of dollars this equipment. Anyway, I managed to get the Allen key and take it out. There it is. That one's sticking out a bit. That one's sticking out a bit. And that will go in there. And this will go there. Okay, those are in tight. Now we'll switch it on. It should turn on. Unless there's a door switch. There we go. Just took a minute. Fans running. Lights, constant red. Nope, it's blinking. I don't hear the machine running. Fans running. Oh. I mean, I can hear that one. That's what I'm expecting to hear. Fans running. The light's still blinking. No, it's trying to turn on. It's definitely on. Cold setting. Maybe it just needs to start up and get the refrigerant running before it actually turns on. Probably the first time it's turning on there. It's trying to turn on. Huh. Does the door need to be closed? Let's close the door. Used to be a 3-phase and now 2-phase. That neutral is in the wrong place. Yeah, it's not kicking on. Okay, so figured the problem. The problem is it's 3-phase. Line 1, line 2, line 3. There's no neutral here. And at the panel, the breaker is 2-phase breaker with one wire going to the neutral, which is why the fan is moving, but the machine is not kicking in because it needs 3-phase. So I have to go downstairs again and put a 3-phase breaker in. And so I'm not going to have to come up back up here, I suspect. So I'm going to close this up, go down, and change that breaker for 3-phase and move the wire from the neutral bar into the 3-phase. Okay, so there we have it. There's the neutral, and there's the 2 hots. And there's breaker, and there's spare breakers. Okay, there's the wire in. I'm going to take this white label off because it's no longer neutral. And switch it on. See what happens. There we go. Orange. Used to be off hot. I'll leave that. Cooler's on. Is the air coming out? Nothing yet, but the fan is running. Okay, so the AC works. It was at 82. It's running now. Cool is on, and there's cool air coming out. The problem was the 3-phase. It needed a 3-phase breaker and some patience. So that's it. It was on this one. That one's disconnected. I'm just going to label that and be done. Oops. Let's see. Turned into the wrong way. Turn into your HVAC. Scratch that out. Yeah, HVAC.